Welcome into another edition of Just a Minute with Joey Blackwell. I'm Katie Windham. And Joey, the NBA draft is still a couple of months away in June, and there's a lot of college basketball news going on right now with the transfer portal and coaching hires and things like that. But for Alabama basketball, there is a lot to look forward to with this NBA draft. It's kind of wild the success Alabama's had in the draft the last couple of years under Nate Oates. That really kind of started with the talent that Avery Johnson brought in after long over a decade or around a decade with no players drafted. But Joey, Wednesday morning, ESPN's latest mock draft had Brandon Miller going number 2 overall. Also had Noah Clowney in the first round, which I believe would be the first time Alabama would have 2 players drafted in the first round since 1995. But, kind of for most of the season, people thought Brandon Miller would be 3rd. Now there's a lot of talk about him being number 2. Despite all the distractions that went on and off the court this past year, do you think that Brandon Miller could go number 2 overall in this year's NBA draft?
Yeah, I think there's a need on the Houston Rockets for a good, strong forward, and that's exactly what Brandon Miller brings to the table. He's 6'9", which he has a lot of size and strength, and he's not finished growing yet, even at 20. Obviously, we don't even have to talk about his shot making and his playmaking ability. So he could really be inserted on any roster and fit in just fine, even as a rookie in the NBA. So I can definitely see him moving up to the Rockets and why he'd be attractive to them. Going down, with Noah Clowney projected at 16 to go to the Utah Jazz, I would really like that pick. The Jazz currently own 3 first-round picks as of right now, unless they trade them away, which it gives them that flexibility in order to be able to kind of pick and choose who they want. And Clowney as a power forward, once again, is a shortcoming that they have, and he's a guy that can develop and really be an instant impact for them. I'd also do like the fact that he would be playing with Colin Sexton, who, of course, is another former Alabama guy from the Avery Johnson era. And so I'd really like to see how they play with each other. So, but yeah, I like seeing Brandon Miller move up the board. I think he'd be a great fit in Houston, and Noah Clowney going to the Jazz. It's really going to help solidify Nate Oates' presence and how he's been able to develop players these past few years and get them drafted.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're getting to the point in the NBA where we already see on the New Orleans Pelicans with Herb Jones and Kyra Lewis together, but that we're seeing with all these Alabama players going to the NBA, the possibility of them being on the same team together, just like we see in the NFL week after week, Bama guys teaming up, that it could become a thing in the NBA as well. But that'll wrap up today's Just a Minute. Thank you so much for watching.